Hello Douglas and Jane, Ben and Sam. Thank you for your tape. Very interesting indeed. Nice to know that you've made a lot of friends, Ben and Sam, and that you can swim. We are going to try and produce a tape similar to yours. I borrowed a tape recorder from school so that whilst we're down at Cavendish over the bank holiday weekend we could listen to yours and do one to send back. We're going to start off with Tim, who is going to tell you about Mr. Phillips, the farmer who has recently been cutting the corn in the field opposite us at home. He had a combine and his son Raymond also came down with a combine, and we spent a couple of days watching them.
Hello Ben and Sam. The combine is red.
Who did it?
Me.
Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Phillips. And Raymond. Ben and Sam.
I'm sorry about the very short story, but he's got rather excited about the idea of recording. He's just spent half an hour at the breakfast table talking about it non-stop. So what we'll try and do is catch him later at lunch or perhaps at tea time when he's in a similar mood.
Hello everyone, it's Molly here. We went to Walton on the Naze yesterday. Sunday, 26th of August 1979. We went to the seaside yesterday and we went on the sands, then we went on the pier, and then we went on the trampolines, and then we had a game of crazy golf. And we brought some rock and new spades to the seaside. We had a really nice time digging in the sand and splashing in the sea. We went swimming in the sea. It was too cold and we had to come out. We had fish and chips for tea.
And what did you do?
Went and brought some rock. Then we went and brought some rock. And then we went home to Nana's. Now I've got a really good joke to tell you, Ben and Sam. What Robinson stands in the middle of Paris? I bet you never guess. So I had to tell you. The Trifle Tower.
Okay. Hello folks, Nana here. Molly's told you what the day is, and it's about 8 o'clock in the evening, and it's nice and peaceful at the moment, so Nana's going to have a little talk to you. Thank you very much for the tape. Very well done, very interesting, especially Ben and Sam's singing. That was excellent. And the reading is really good. They really have come along, haven't they? I've just been playing bingo with Molly and Liam and Ellen. And guess what we had for winning? A polo. Do you remember, Ben? You called it a polo bingo. So we had polos for prizes. I'm sorry that you've not had any correspondence yet, Doug and Jane, but it definitely is on the way. So we think perhaps your letters are coming to us much quicker than ours are getting to you, because we want to thank you for the lovely long newsy letters that you've sent. And in the letters that we've written, Ellen's written to you as well, you'll find some...
That whole took for a tape. It's not now in the south. That whole took, say took for it.
This morning, Ellen and Molly and Liam and Tim went on to the allotment with Grandad and dug up the rest of the potatoes that you helped to set out. So they're nicely drying in the sun. So we've had a very busy morning. And what I was going to say about the correspondence is that from now on we're going to send you air letters, because they're going to get to you much quicker. I think the first letter I sent must have been surface mail, and if you haven't already received it, it is probably on its way. And anything else that we send now will be airmail. Ellen has sent hers airmail, so you should be getting them. And we are going to send you the Sudbury Free Presses. There's 2 lots on the way now, and that will keep you in touch with our local news, and probably some of the people that you know you will find in the papers. We're very pleased to hear about the way you've settled in. You've settled in beautifully. But I don't think I'd like your heat. It sounds really, really hot. We haven't got it very summery at the moment. It's quite breezy, the breeze is cool, but I think I'd prefer it to the heat you must be getting, and I should think you'll be jolly glad when it cools down a bit, so as you say, you can get out and take some walks. We really did enjoy the tape. Unfortunately, Ellen and Melvin had decided to come to Cavendish because it wasn't nice enough for them to go camping in Wales. So when I told them on the telephone that you'd send a tape, Melvin stopped off at his school and picked up the tape recorder. So they've listened to it here, they've been right the way through it, and really enjoyed it. Now I am in the process of getting in touch with Judith to send it on to Judith, and then I shall send it on to Jan and anybody else that we think would be interested to listen to it. We received it last Wednesday, which would be about the 22nd, 23rd, and on the Thursday afternoon I phoned my friend at Clare to find out if her tape recorder was going. So we popped into Clare and we listened to it there first of all, so she enjoyed it too. And we really did enjoy it. It was most interesting. Dad seemed to be jogging along quite nicely. He's still taking things very easy, but getting out and about for his little walks and supervising all that goes on his allotment when the family's here. So now I'm going to pass you over to Ellen, and then we shall have another little session on the tape before it's finished. We hope to fill it up for you the same as you did, and get it out to you sometime. Okay, lovies? Night-night for now. Night-night, Ben and Sam. We really did enjoy your singing and poems and reading, and very pleased to hear about your swimming. Nana will be talking to you again soon. Bye-bye for now.
Hello everybody, it's Ellen here, forced to the tape recorder by Mother's introduction. It does really feel very odd just talking to this odd looking machine. I can well imagine how you all felt. Well, Mel and Dad and Liam are all glued to Paul Newman in Moving Target. And if it doesn't appear too harrowing, I might allow myself a glimpse of Paul Newman a bit later on. We really enjoyed listening to your tape and hearing about all your new experiences. I'm sure our daily routine will probably sound a bit boring, but perhaps a little nostalgic to you in comparison. As you heard from Molly, we had a really good day at Walton yesterday and crammed a week seaside holiday into a day and came home absolutely exhausted. But it was a marvellous time. We really miss the sea where we are, so they made the most of it, and it was really Tim's first experience of digging and splashing and generally messing about on his own. And he obviously had a great time. We'll just be pottering about here for the next few days, and then we hope to go to London round about the middle of the week. And I'm hoping to sneak away to the shops for a couple of hours whilst the rest of them go to the Science Museum. And then we hope to go on to see friends in Sussex and Hampshire and gradually work our way home again and prepare ourselves for the coming term. The holiday's gone really quickly, but the kids and us, we've all enjoyed it immensely, although we haven't done much this year. I'll have to start gathering my thoughts and racking my brains for some ideas for playgroup. I'm going to do 2 sessions a week this term, which no doubt Tim will thoroughly enjoy, but I'm not sure I shall survive. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. It sounds from your tape that you're very fortunate to be close to an American base and that you'd be virtually cut off from Western culture without it. I expect it's been a great comfort to you, because everything must have seemed awfully strange in a strange land at first. Now a word to Ben and Sam. Hello, Ben and Sam. It sounds as if you're having a really good time out there on your bicycles. And Tim was very pleased to hear Ben singing Wheels on the Bus, because that's one of his favourite songs. But we have to change the words a little bit when we sing it. We have to sing about a tractor in the lane going bump, bump, bump. I expect you could try that. Or perhaps you could have your bicycle going bump, bump, bump all day long over the city streets. We thought Sam was reading really well. We were really surprised to hear that he'd started and how well he'd got on. I expect next time you send us a tape, he'll be able to read us some more. And Ben will be able to tell us all about his new school and all the American children he'll meet there. What a lot of different children you'll know, Ben, by the time you come home again. Well, that's all I've got to say for now. I expect I'll be forced to the tape recorder later on in the week. Bye for now.
It goes in the says, a man and happened to come by and this and Ryan and Ryan that's the come by and put it in a fan.
What does he do then? He wants to cut the cord.
It's broken down about and gets and Raymond and Mrs. Sidney.
Then what happened?
And Raymond doesn't come back. He put it aside.
Yeah.
I put that on the day. I put that on the day.
Why? I thought you were telling us about Mr. Phillips and his comrade.
No, I don't want to. I want to talk with Sam and Ben.
All right, well, you say hello to them and they'll probably hear you. You say hello.
So Ben and
No, say it properly.
the one and that. Sleeping. Hello, Ben and Sam. I sleep in some tents. See some caravans. Yes.
haven't you?
Yeah.
Bye-bye then.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was Tim rambling on about his heroes of the moment, Mr. Phillips and Raymond. You might have caught a little bit at the end about sleeping in tents and caravans. And we'd been down to the camping centre at Glemsford last night, and he tried out all the tents there, which is probably the nearest he'll get to a camping holiday this year. It's now Monday evening, Bank Holiday Monday here, and Mum would like to say some more.
Hello, Doug and Jane, Ben and Sam. It's Nana here again. I said we'd have another little session, and as Ellen just told you, this is Monday evening, and Timmy and Molly are both in bed. Grandad and Liam and Melvin are watching an escape film. So Ellen and I are having a nice quiet little session on the recording for you. We went into Sudbury this afternoon, all of us, to a Scouts do on the Market Hill. They'd closed the Market Hill off, and the Scouts had got all kinds of little things going on, and the Cubs, which interested Liam, because Liam is now a Cub. So that was quite good, and it was nice and sunny, not too warm, a lot of people all milling about, and Liam and Molly, as you might guess, went on to all the little side shows, and were very, very lucky. Liam went on to the hoopla and won 25 pence, and I said to the little boy Cub behind the stall, well, you won't want many like him, will you? So he said, well, we haven't done bad, we've taken £3 already. So it was quite a pleasant afternoon. And we came back and had some tea, and now we're settling down to the tape again. I hope that you got your cape done, Jane. Your mum's cape that got messed up in the packing. You were hoping you'd get it something done to it. I do hope you've done that. And judging by your tape that came, your furnished apartment sounds absolutely super. And as you say, Jane, Douglas did very well with the furnishing of it. Brought him up very well, haven't we? And the 3-piece suite that he got you was absolutely staggering to think that he got it done in 10 days in the colour that he wanted. That was lovely for you. I've got all little bits jotted down on a piece of paper here, so I'll get them as I go along. They may be a bit mixed up. But your cocktail party and dinner that you hope to go to, or you may have already been to it by the time you get this tape, I bet that's something you're looking forward to, the grand opening. It'll give you a chance, both of you, to dress up and really enjoy yourself. And we're very pleased to hear about the medical facilities that you've got at the base. That really sounds good, because I think it was something you probably were worried about before you went out, what your medical facilities would be. But judging by your information, you're doing very well. And that's something really satisfactory. It's lovely to hear about all the different customs that you've got out there, about the market goods all being on the floor and having to barter. It must be like living in a different world to what it is over here when you just walk into the supermarkets and pick out what you want. We're very interested to know, Jane, how you get on with your baking and your washing and your drying of your washing. It must be vastly different to what you've been used to, but I expect you manage anyway. And how you're getting on about that babysitter. Very sorry we can't oblige. We would if we could, but however, I expect Douglas will wangle something in the end. I'm not sure whether we told you in the letters that are coming to you about the wasp nest that we had next door in Mrs. Brown's. That was quite a little do. It appears that the queen wasp had built a nest between the brickwork and the window frame outside Mrs. Brown's bathroom window. and unfortunately, somehow or the other, they got into her bathroom. And poor Mrs. Brown, when she told us about it, and I went in, she'd killed 100 or more with her little pumice stone that she keeps in the bathroom. So, and she'd been stung twice, so I phoned for the pest control man, and he came and got rid of the wasp nest. He went up with his hat, special hat, and veil that hangs down over it, and gloves and coat buttoned right up to the neck, and he went up Dad's ladder and squirted all insecticide and then powder, and he got rid of the nest. And fortunately this weekend, now that Melvin is here, he's been able to go up with some cement and cement up the cavity so that we hope we don't get another queen wasp in. And so he went inside to Mrs. Brown's bathroom also and cemented along the top of the window frame where we think the wasps may have come in from outside. So we're keeping our fingers crossed and hoping that she won't have any more wasps in. However, they had another session this morning up on the garden. Grandad went up to supervise, and Ellen and Melvin and Timmy, with his little spade, went up and dug up some more potatoes, and they brought back another load of runner beans, and Ellen and I sat and strung them all, and I put them in the freezer ready for when Ellen and Mel come again. They'll bring their cool box and we'll be able to take some home. I wonder whether you've got a freezer, Jane. We were wondering about that. We don't know whether, I suppose you really would need one, wouldn't you? But I'm wondering what kind of freezer you've got and how you'll be getting on for that kind of work. Although I should imagine that the weather you've got now, you don't feel like doing much freezing. Anyway, my loves, I'm going to inquire through the CAV and see whether we can get this tape brought out by hand by somebody that might be coming out to your opening do. So by tomorrow, before Ellen and Melvin go off home, we hope to get this tape finished. Dad's got to have a little session, and I think Melvin's got a little surprise in store for you. So by tomorrow, we hope to get it finished, and I'll get in touch with the CAV and see whether we can get it brought out by hand so that you get it quickly. And I hope by then that you've got some correspondence, but if not, you'll have the tape and you'll know the correspondence is on the way. So there you are, my lovies. I'm going to ring off. No, that's the wrong word, isn't it? I'm going to say bye-bye for now, and I may get a chance to have another word before the end of the tape. But just in case I don't, I'm going to say bye for now. We miss you very much. But we know that the time is whizzing by, and it won't be long before we have you home again. Bye-bye, Jane, and Doug, and Ben, and Sam, and we hope to hear some more poems and some reading. And that's my little session for tonight. Nighty-night.
Hello, Doug and Jane. I thought I might as well have my little say. They all been having a do, so I'm going to have my little bit. Well, I'm glad that you're getting on okay, that you're having no trouble at work and one thing and another. They seem to having plenty of trouble down at CAV. They're having a day off a week for the last month, and now they're going to step it up to 2 days. Every Monday and Tuesday they're going to have off now, over wages and one thing and another, so I don't know how they're going to get on about it. But you know how they are. I hope you're not having any strikes or anything like that. As Mum's told you everything, so I haven't got a lot to say about it. But we're doing all right off the allotment with beans and potatoes what you put in for us. So I seem to have done quite well off there, as well as anybody else on the allotment, and bringing a few home at a time. So that Ellen's been up this afternoon and dug all my potatoes up. She come home with a barrow and there and said she'd got all the potatoes up. Now, so I've been keeping okay. I went and saw the doctor once. I had a bit of a flutter, and when I got there was O'Brien there, and he tested me and one thing and another, and he said I was all right, and made an appointment to go and see my own doctor again this week. So I've got to go and see him like Thursday. So whether I shall be all right, it'll we'll have to wait and see. But I've seen your caravan round at John's. I don't know whether he was going away or coming home. They've had rotten weather. We've had some lousy weather for holiday. You know, when you had the fortnight's holiday from the works, they had really lousy weather. Wind and rain and God knows what, you know. So you haven't missed much. What with your weather and this weather, I mean, at least you're getting a bit of sunshine, but it hasn't been too bad today. It's about the best day we've had for a long time. Otherwise, we've had a lot of wind like we did last year. I reckon at one time they must have blown all your apples off. I don't know how they've got on about those. We haven't been round there or anything. And it's the same with plum season. Seem to be plenty of plums about, so whether your trees have got anything on or not, I don't know. But, it won't make any difference to you. But as long as they're all right for next year. But there you are. It won't be long. The way the old time is flashing past, and I hope they're all keeping well for you, and the children that'll be all right when you go down to your submarine. I don't know. Of course you'll be gone by the time you get this, and it will be an adventure for you if you can get on the old boat, won't it? So I don't know whether you getting any newspapers or not. We're sending some of the local papers out to you. I don't suppose you get any, English papers out. You might get American papers from the base and all that sort of thing, but I don't suppose if you get them, they're well behind time. But yesterday we heard, I don't know whether you've heard yet, about Mountbatten got blown up on his yacht while he was in Ireland. IRA blew his boat up and killed him and all grandsons and God knows what, a crowd of them, all royalty and that. They blew up, and about 18, I think it was, paratroopers and that all got blown up on the same day. So they still keep blowing them up out in Ireland. I don't know what they're going to do out there. I hope they're nothing like that out there with you, anyhow. By the way, Jayne, I hope you get that other job, and don't get spending all the money what you get of it, because you'll want it when you get back here. What with extra VAT, your Mrs. Thatcher put on all the VAT, and she's knocking the bus fares off for the schools, and putting dinner monies up, knocking all subsidy off for the dinner monies, and oh dear, she's putting everything up, so you'll need all the money you can get when you get back while this crowd's in. I've told you before, you'll have to change, so don't forget, you think it over. When you get back, you'll have to spend your lot.